Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Friday.
Is it Friday already?
Yeah, can you believe this week?
Yeah, it's last day of the hot weather.
Is it?
Yep.
Don't we get one more day?
Nope.
Come on.
90s tomorrow.
Come on, Dad. I want one more day.
I don't.
I do.
I'm done.
I like it.
Yeah, well, then we get in the 80s, which I like.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Yeah.
I just don't like wind and cold. What's going on in the world today?
And you have a place in Colorado?
Yeah, I know. I don't like to go there in December. Although, you know, it's funny.
Nope.
Every time we've been there in December around Christmas time, no snow and usually blue skies and in the 70s.
In Denver?
In Denver.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I lived in Denver as a kid, and I remember there was some of the most snow in our front yard. My dad would snowmobile in the front yard. There was so much snow, and it was big enough to do that. So.
Yep. It happens. It happened in May.
I know my sister is in Craig, which and I used to live in Maybell. I don't know if you know where Maybell is.
No, I don't even know where Craig is.
Oh, well, those two places. Well, Maybell is usually known by hunters because that's where you go to hunt deer and elk. And then Craig's right 30 miles from there. And as a kid, I lived in Maybell for almost a year, and it was a town of 100 people.
Okay.
It had a 2-room school. So you by age from kindergarten through 2nd grade, you were in one room, and in the other room you had the other up to 5th grade by row.
Gosh, by row. So like the Wild Wild West.
It was pretty small school.
That's cool.
I learned how to dip there when I was young. So,
yeah,
we had nothing much to do. So
just dip and spit.
Yeah, and I got so sick because you didn't realize don't
well,
swallow.
You're not supposed to swallow that stuff. It can make you sick.
Yeah, I learned.
You get addicted too.
Yeah, well, I learned not to do it.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
You don't dip anymore.
Nope.
Dippity-doo.
Dippity-doo-dah. And I don't chew a bunch of bubble gum. Because that was a problem with baseball players, right?
Yep.
They got all
that bubble gum.
Yep.
Or sunflower seeds. Good morning.
Morning. So let's get to
some crazy stuff going on, right?
I hear what do you want? You want me to jump on the mortgage stuff first?
Yeah, let's do the mortgage stuff first because there's some interesting stuff going on.
All right. So the one thing I wanted to bring up is for people to understand. So a former vice chair, Richard, is that Clarida?
Clarida.
Sorry, I'm redneck. Anyway, he stated a few things on CNBC this morning. And one of those things is failure is not an option for Jay Powell. He thinks they're going to 4% hell or high water, which means 4% Fed funds rate. Right. So they're going to continue to rise. That will cause the unemployment rate to get to 5%. We're like 3.5% right now, which he thinks is going to inflict pain in the markets, and that's going to cause recession and unemployment rate to move higher, like I said. But the silver lining is it will also bring interest rates down.
Yeah.
So they're looking at another 3/4 point move, and then I think we're going to be pretty close to that number that he was talking about,
the 4%.
Yeah. Because what is the Fed funds rate today? You'd think I would know this, but I don't really use it.
No, it doesn't really affect you.
No, it's because that's what the Fed does is the overnight rates to banks, credit card, car loans, that kind of stuff. It is Fed fund rate right now. Current target it's 2.5 is what the Google says.
And they were talking about another 3/4 that put it at 3 3.25.
I said, what did I say? It was 2 something?
250.
All right, so that would put 3.25. That means they'll do it one more time, possibly, or a couple more smaller
3/4.
ones. Yeah. As you can tell, people, we try to be, ready to go, but then sometimes things come up. We are human.
Who is?
Damn it. You are.
No. Yes.
All right. So bond market's doing a little bit better today, but we've taken into shorts all week. Someone said 2 days. We've recovered since Tuesday. No, we haven't.
They just like to hear their voice.
Yeah, I think the problem, it depends on what you're talking about and how much in this. And as I tell everybody, don't worry about where the rates are today. Get into contract, find the house you want, because as I just stated, they're going to raise. We're going to go into more unemployment, more pain in the street, which means recession, which means rates are going to go down. So you're going to have an opportunity to refinance, which we've never had before. And I brought this up a couple weeks ago: should I do a 2-1 buy down right now?
Yeah, right? We talked about this.
And it just depends. If you have extra money left over from the seller, sure, do it. But then I have a lady right now who I want a payment at this.
Right.
I can pound on the table and it's like, sorry, those houses aren't around here anymore. But
Right.
I could do a 2-1 buy down. The first year you're close to that payment. Second year, go up a little bit more. By the third year, you'll either get used to it or we'll refinance you. Right. And it's not like she can't afford it.
Right.
But when you live with your parents for a while because you're saving money, and then you go, I don't have a rent payment right now. I need to go buy something.
So you get payment shock.
Yeah. I don't know how I can afford that.
Well,
when I make over $100,000 a year.
It's easy. Set that mortgage payment aside.
Yeah, it's like she's so used to putting money away.
Auto pay, and you don't even think about it.
Yeah, so she's so used to that. What are you going to do?
Yeah, well, I read that article this morning. That it looks like it was written on August 31st, and they're finally saying the same damn thing we've been saying, and that is, hey, there's less buyer competition out there. Now's the perfect time to buy. It's going to be the least expensive home ever, and you're going to be able to get a good deal.
Right. You can always refinance later to get that rate down.
Yeah.
Because what I keep saying is, as rates start to improve, that means it's more affordable for more people. This increase, we lost 9 million people. So if rates drop just a half of where they've been at, that just added 4.5 million people back into the market.
Right.
Now you're going to hear these markets are horrible. We're having extra homes on the market, extra this. We're talking like in Texas and Florida and other places.
Right. We're not talking California.
No, we're talking, and those are places that people were going to for one reason or another, and then realized this is not for me. Or a lot of investors went in and bought Airbnbs, and now there's problems with those Airbnbs and they want to get out of them. So they've added that to the market.
Right.
But before I forget, I will go back to 2-1 buy downs if we can for a second. I want to share
that graph.
Yeah.
Look, that's pretty colors.
Isn't that?
I like it. And there's numbers on there too.
So a lot of people don't understand when you're doing a 2-1 buy down, right? So you're buying the rate down. Where's my over here? There we go. You're buying the rate. I had to move over here because it was on my screen, but nobody else could see it.
Exactly.
All right. So this is the first year you're buying it down. And this is just example rates. This is not current rates. This is example.
Right.
So your real rate is 5.937. Say it's 5.5, doesn't matter. You go down 1%, right? So 2% the first year, 1% the second year, and then you go to the full rate for the last 3 to 30 years, right?
Right.
And this is just an example, but the difference in the payment difference, right, that you would be making. So the difference here is $400 a month versus here, right? So this is your payment, the difference between this payment and this payment for the first 12 months. And then the difference between this payment and this payment for the next 12 months. Those two numbers are over here. And this right here is what the seller has to fund.
Right.
And this is what a lot of people don't understand, because they think there's a closing cost and they don't understand how this is affected. Now, say that you went with a 5.5, this is an example, a lower rate, and there was a cost for that rate of $3,000.
Right.
It would be this number plus the cost for that rate.
Gotcha.
You follow me here?
Yep.
So 2-1 buy downs are expensive. That's why the seller needs to pay for them.
So if that credit was there, could you just buy the rate down?
Yes.
And have it be permanent.
Yeah, but it's not going to go. It's not going to go 2%. It's going to go 1. It might go 1. Yeah. But again,
would you be better off with a steady payment of this for the 30 years?
This is 24 months.
Yeah, knowing you're not going to own the house for that long.
Yeah, but the next question is, I'd only do this if I had extra money left over from the seller, because I wouldn't do it any other reason. Because and I was saying this before, currently we think rates are going to go down right next year and the next year. That we were told by Fannie Mae, there's an article, you can Google it, Fannie Mae says it's going to be 4.5 or whatever, right? So that already is a point in something different than the chart I'm showing you here. So if you do nothing, in a year from now you can refinance to a much lower rate and save this money, right?
Yeah, put it into the house,
right? Something like that. Right.
So going back to my article that I read, realtors, call your buyers that you weren't able to get into contract last year because of competition, and get them back in the market.
And another thing someone brought up about, if anybody had their house put on the market back in March, April, May, those houses are sitting still because for some reason, people, when they put it on the market at that point, everybody was like, rates are so high, I can't do anything. The sky is falling. And so they're just sitting, and now they look, oh, there's something wrong with them. They've been on the market for, 80 days or whatever. A lot of people say, go to those people and try to negotiate something, right? Because they want to sell their house and they've been sitting there for a while. So
We've got agents in the office who are doing 20 days or longer on the market searches, just searching for those properties to give their buyers a leg up, an advantage to be able to try to purchase without the competition.
Right. And because, again,
which is smart.
I think it's a great idea. Wish I would have came up with it, but it wasn't my idea.
Oh, well, no ideas. There's always one guy that came up with the idea, but he's probably been dead 100 years.
We could call that. We could call that a hack.
We could call that. Let's do it.
Yeah. That is on the market hack.
On the market hack.
There you go.
Real estate hack.
Yeah. More a real estate hack of how long someone's been on the market, go after those properties because they're trying to sell them.
What's happening in Modesto? I see something down there.
Oh, that's just cruising. They're cruising this weekend. It's still illegal, but just this weekend, they can do it. Yeah.
What's this weekend? Just
I don't.
It's a sanctioned cruise.
I guess so.
Okay.
Sorry, I got to get way over here now. Keep talking.
That's okay. Well, why don't you share? Can you share that?
Yeah, but I was trying to figure out if there was what it was saying it was. It's not. It just says cruising's back, one night only.
Well, the Modesto Bee wrote the article, right?
Yeah.
Somebody, leave out the pertinent information. Why is it doing this?
There you go.
I'm also
cruising's back in Modesto, and let's see, we're talking about George Lucas film, American Graffiti. Just Friday, so from 6 to 10 p.m., about 200 vehicles are expected to hit the streets and cruise again. It's going to be freaking hot to do this. I'm sure all the tires are going to melt because the road's going to be so hot. Yeah. So I don't know. It's working with leaders, newly formed Modesto Cruisers Council to advocate change in the city policy. So I think.
So this is a test run.
Yeah, I guess they're saying it's. I don't know. That's just not politically correct anymore. Not allowing people to cruise. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to cruise, I remember when I cruised, we were in Turlock. It was a 2-lane road. We go past each other. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. And then you come to Modesto. It's like, let's pull over in this parking lot, and that's where all the problems.
Yep. And when I cruised in the 70s, I really couldn't afford gasoline, so I just parked out in front of Continental Leasing.
Dude, I used to put 2 gallons in with $1.
Yeah, exactly. With $1. I remember that. It was 86 cents a gallon.
I was old.
Yeah.
It's old. Long time ago. Anyway, so that's all I pretty much had today. What is we at? Okay. For the rates and that kind of stuff, I just, again, don't worry about what the house, yes, the payment's important. Should we buy it down? I don't know. It depends on the situation. Let me talk to you. Let me figure out your situation, and we'll see if we have extra money left over. Or if the seller's willing to give you $10,000 towards closing costs, well, let's buy the rate down and pay some of your closing costs.
Exactly.
But it might be better just to pay your closing costs and keep your $10,000, so that I'm not saying closing costs are $10,000. I'm just as an example.
Exactly.
Keep your money in case you need to do something to the house when you move into it. Right.
Like replace the AC.
Or I want to put some blinds in because I'm tired of my neighbors looking at me.
Oh, I never care about that.
These sheets just don't work well.
Well, wear clothes.
Remember, if you buy a new home, it's like, oh, we don't get blinds in our house?
Yeah, we don't get backyard
blinds.
Yeah, we don't get much of a front yard. What do we get? No blinds.
Yeah,
but you have solar.
That's right.
And sprinklers in the ceiling.
Right. I brought up what I think I said to you about how eminent domaining the solar.
Yeah.
Did I say that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And somebody else said, where did you hear that? I was like, I made that up. Because I wouldn't put it past them.
Yeah.
We're going to fix our power grid.
Yeah. We got to charge some EVs. We got 4.3 million EVs coming into the market here pretty soon.
Yeah. I did my part over the last few days. I left every light on I could.
Yeah. Good. I turn it down.
I asked my neighbors, come on over, plug in your EVs. Yeah. I'm just kidding. There's nobody on our street with it.
Yeah.
To put that plug in, they got to get
We've got a couple in our neighborhood. We've got a couple EVs.
Good. A lot of people like them, and great. Hey, it works. I ordered the Hummer. I put my money down for the new Hummer when it's available.
The EV Hummer?
Yeah, the 1,000 horsepower one.
Yeah.
I get to go 300 miles. So that's the problem with it. It's like, it's a waste because you can't.
1,000 horsepower, you're going to go 2.5 blocks.
I know. Well, that was funny. Someone was making fun of a vehicle that had a one of those chargers, not chargers, but get diesel when you can charge something with, what's that called? The
generator.
Thank you.
Yeah.
On the back of their EV in a little trailer thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's a problem.
So they can go. Okay, they were fixing you see the one where he was dragging the solar panels? It was a fake little picture, but they had 6 or 7 solar panels hooked up, and they're just on little tiny wheels, and the Tesla was dragging him behind him because he had a cross country trip he had to do.
Oh,
Didn't want to stop at a charging station 75 times.
yeah. Hey, just condolences for the Queen and their the family
absolutely.
and all that. And the reason I was brought it up because Anthony Stephen Malone was actually, he said, thumbs up, and he's a Brit, and that's important to them.
Good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Death
is always final and sad.
Yep.
So
yeah, wouldn't wish it on Biden or anybody. I'm just kidding.
Well, then you got
there's all our watchers.
Yeah, gone.
No, I don't wish on anybody. It's like you said, it is final. But everybody wants to get to heaven, but nobody wants to die.
Exactly.
I think that was a country song.
I was just thinking that was a country song, wasn't it?
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, funky little tune. You could dance to it though.
Yep.
Yeah, I give it a 4.
All right. Anything else there, Mr. Mike Kelly?
I don't think so. I would say I just want to reiterate to us realtors out here that are listening. Contact your sellers that didn't sell back in March through May. Put those back on the market, and contact your buyers that weren't able to buy in 21 and kind of gave up, and re-energize them and let them know that it's a kinder, gentler nation out there for buyers at this time, and probably for the next, I would say, 2.5, 3 weeks. I
think it's going to be for a while. It's going to be kinder, gentler time.
Yeah.
Still my words. I should have trademarked that kinder, gentler
I'm thinking
time.
if rates do what you're saying they're going to do, you're going to see a lot of buyers come back into the market.
Yeah, but then they're going to be a lot of competition, and then they're going to get frustrated. Well,
right.
Don't get frustrated. Get it now, and we'll refinance you down the road. I had a client call me, new client, and she's like complaining about some online company who said, "Hey, we can lock you for 90 days, and then we'll do a refinance for you in the next 3 years, for free." Right?
Yeah,
well, the problem is, why don't we just lock you for 90 days, and then if rates drop, we'll just move you to a different investor? What's the problem?
Exactly.
We'll get rid of that. We'll get a new one for you.
Well, do they have that opportunity if they're locked with what they're
what a lot of people don't understand, that when we fund on our line, we have to pay for that cost when we lock you, right? There's a lot of costs involved,
right?
And during the beginning of the pandemic, and bring me back to this, I want to make a point.
Okay.
Another point. But beginning of the pandemic, when we started doing all the refinances and the rates were dropping, a lot of companies lost millions and millions of dollars on their lines because of that locking, and then people not bringing in those loans to fulfill them.
Right.
And so that's where people are worried. So a lot of companies have that cost, and that's why they oh no, we can't do that. Yes, they can. So just, and if you don't worry about it, work with somebody local. That's the best thing you can do in the first place.
Absolutely.
They know the market. They know everything about it. I run into that a lot up in Tuolumne County. I know how to deal stuff with other people don't know, because up there they have a lot of lots that are connected,
right?
But you have to figure out a way to connect them to be able to buy both of them.
Gotcha.
At the same time, and that's easy to do. But back to the pandemic, when they were talking about inventory, I read an article the other day. It was saying inventory's up, right? Blah blah blah. But we're not anywhere close to pre-pandemic levels.
No, nowhere close.
Right. What is that? So it's so what you're saying is, during the time that COVID was, and not a lot of people wanted to sell their homes, and you couldn't really get in there.
Right.
And then the next year we were 12% less of those people looking to sell their homes. Yes, a lot of people sold their homes, but nowhere close. But we're down from and we have more inventory than that. But we're not close to what it was before the pandemic.
Pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
So numbers is numbers.
Stop listening to everybody but us.
Exactly. And don't bet on tomorrow, because guess what? Tomorrow never comes.
Really?
Yeah, you're right.
Oh,
I thought today was going to be tomorrow, yesterday, but now it's today. It's not tomorrow.
All right, we're going to do the who's on first and what's on second.
Yeah, could be.
No.
I don't know.
All right, everybody, make it a great day. If you guys have any questions, need any help on anything, reach out. You can find me, Ed Parcaut, everywhere. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe. We have a lot of stuff on our YouTube channel on the Real Estate Jerky, and also from my own personal page. And we're trying to get Mike Kelly there. He'll get there.
I will.
But go there, subscribe. You can stay up with everything. I have almost 900 videos on there regarding real estate and mortgages and other stuff.
Thank you, Danny.
But we got some. Oh, look at those love. Got a lot of love today. Thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it. We can't do this without you guys.
Exactly. Ask questions.
And then this weekend we have Keenan Crick on the radio show talking about what is it? Greater Valley Food Bank. Is that what he's with?
Yeah, the Manteca one.
Greater Valley. What?
Yeah.
Tune in 12 to 1. Actually, it's a great show because there's a lot of need out there since we've had inflation go up.
And what a great guy with a ton of information.
Yep. And then next week we'll have Will Wong from City
Director of
Modesto.
Utilities with City of Modesto.
So we got a lot of people, great people coming on.
He's the right guy.
Yeah.
Not the wrong one.
Oh man, that's just bad.
I know.
That was as bad as yesterday.
It's absolutely as bad as yesterday.
There you go.
There, Danny.
We got it on print now.
Yes, we do.
All right, man.
All right.
Make it a great day.
Enjoy the weekend.
Please be careful out there.